Theatre and amateur drama in Glenamaddy can be traced back to the turn of the last century and beyond. The coming together of groups from different townlands to stage a production in order to fund organisations or charities. Ardevin, Boyounagh, Ballyhard and Glenamaddy were such localities. The 1920s and 30s saw regular productions plus visits from the fit-up companies. The reason being that Glenamaddy had the ideal venue in the town hall to fulfil their requirements. Some of those fit-up companies introduced Glenamaddy audiences to the Greek theatre classics and to the plays of Shakespeare in the Ireland of that era. The 1940s likewise with productions by the local dramatic society of plays such as Daughter of Donagh, Heritage and The Shockrown. And in the 50s a strong local drama society under the direction of the then CC Father Jarlath Kenny. They staged a number of Lenten productions such as The Whip Hand, Professor Tim, The Green Boxeen, The New Gossoon, The Money Doesn't Matter, and They Got What They Wanted. Those productions were staged by and large to fund the needs of the church and other organisations in need of financial support at the time. The 1960s marked a very important date for theatre in Glenamaddy, with the establishment of the Drama Festival in 1960. It provided a stage for groups not only from Glenamaddy but also for groups from the surrounding localities and towns. During the 1960s, Glenamaddy Group staged production of plays such as Nano by the Ballyhard Players, The Workhouse Ward, The Room Below, Shadow of a Gunman and Spring and Johnny's Breeches. And in 1972 the local drama society was organised by Father Colum Kilcoyne and given the name of Playgroup 72, a name the group held until the 1980s. Their first production was Of the Field, provided lasting memories for many, and other productions from the 1970s included On Trial, Change in Mame Fadden, Who Saw Him Die and Many Young Men of 20. The 1980s too was a decade of many fine productions by Glenamaddy Players, as they were known by at this time. Production of Daughter from Over the Water, In Wild Earth, No Home Tomorrow, Autumn Fire, Big Maggie, a production that saw the group qualify for their first All-Ireland final programme in 1985. Other productions from that decade include Michaelmas Eve, The Righteous Are Bold, Paddy Pedlar and The Black Stranger, and other production of The Field. The 1990s saw a continuation of the work of the previous decades. By this time, the group had established themselves as a leading group in the west of Ireland. Their production of plays such as The Power of Darkness, Son of Man, The Playboy of the Western World, Sorcerer's Tale and translations was of the highest standard, as was a production of the M.J. Malloy play entitled The King of Friday's Men, which was staged on the occasion of the official opening of the restored Town Hall Theatre on May the 13th, 1994, and was attended by the author. As it transpired, this was his last public outing. R.I.P. In 1995, the group first produced their street theatre with two one-act plays entitled Spreading the News and Letters of a Matchmaker. Other one-act plays was performed by the group in the late 90s, such as Plastered, Wife Required, Shadow of the Glen. The new millennium dawned in 2000, but for Glenamaddy Players, work on the second oldest profession continued. The new millennium brought new authors, new plays, new challenges, but the rules remain the same as they were in the ancient Greek theatre: to entertain, to question, to challenge a group, an audience and society. This was the role of any theatre company. That is the role that Glenamaddy Players is fulfilling and will continue to play in the life of Glenamaddy and further afield for generations to come.